Another day, another ECM clone. Today we're working with a 2015 Subaru Legacy Premium 2.5 liter. I pulled it up on HP Tuners just so you guys could see what was originally on the clone computer. We're going to go ahead and use PCM FLASH and try to change this over. We're going to pull what's on the original ECM hopefully and write it to this one. Alright guys, we got it all set up. We got the Go Diag breakout box. We got both our ECMs, the tantric cable. We got PCM flash up on the tuning laptop. Got our dongle plugged in. We're going to be using module 23 today. And how I found this out was I knew that module 23 supported basically all the Subaru stuff for PCM Flash. So I went in and I went through all the pinouts under module 23, found the one that looked like mine. There was a couple of them, so I actually had to take the case off of the board. And you can see right there, sh72531. This is the pinout we used. So you got your two positives, your can high, your can low, and your negative. Pretty simple one. Alright guys, we're back. We've identified this ECM. We're gonna go ahead and read it now. That's reading. We'll take a look at this. We got the tantric 2.0. It's just a J box basically. We got the Go Diag. I do have it hooked up to where this is all-time power. This is the ignition when you come in. So this one's all-time power. That one's ignition. Again, I had to take the cover off that board to kind of figure out what we had going on because there's a couple with this pinout. So I didn't know. I guess I could have just selected them, hit read, and found out that way. But I like to take stuff apart, I guess. So once this is done reading, we're going to save it just so we have it just in case. I've already read it once, so I'm just going to reselect that right there. Okay. I'm going to come over. We're going to turn off the ignition and the main power. And now we're going to switch this over to our original ECM. Take a read of this one. And then we're going to hook back up to that one and write it. So we will be right back. Alright guys, we're back. Got those switched over. Go ahead and turn the power on. Turn both those on. Come over here. I'm gonna hit identification. Make sure we can identify it. We can. So now we're gonna go to read. Okay. It's always a good sign when those numbers start to climb on there. You never know on some of these ECMs that people send in. They've been sitting under the water for 2 weeks and they expect you to be able to pull the data off of them. I have had pretty good luck taking them apart and cleaning them up before I plug them in if they are water damaged. So if you're going to clone ECMs and you start getting some water damaged boards, I don't know if you guys have seen one of my other videos. There was an ECM that we plugged it in first just to see if it would read, and it wouldn't. And we went through and we cleaned all the corrosion off the board with rubbing alcohol and a toothbrush. and then we plugged it in. It read the whole thing perfectly fine. Saved us a lot of time and headache. So if you're gonna do water damaged boards or any boards with corrosion, make sure you clean them up first as well as you can. You'll save yourself a lot of headaches. I'm gonna turn that ignition off, which is the 15 one. Hit OK. And then we're gonna save this right here. All right. So we are now going to hook our clone back up, and we're gonna try to write this. All right, we got the clone hooked back up. Turn our main power on. Turn our ignition on. Come over here. File. Man, those file names are so long I can't see which one's which. This is the one that we want. I went ahead and saved the VIN, last four of the VIN of the clone, but I didn't know the VIN number for the original, so yeah, this is it. See that O at the end? That means original. I put a C at the end of the other one for clone. So go ahead and open that up. And we're gonna go to write. Checksums are correct. Yes. Remember when it read it and then it gave us a box that says checksums are correct? Please turn off all electrical. Okay. So it's erasing it right now. And hopefully, there we go. Shut our ignition switch off. Okay. Okay. So if we go up here, right here is the last four. This should be our VIN now. 8120. That's from when we identified our original one. So let's hit identification. Okay, so it's in real programming mode. So we're gonna power cycle the whole thing. Now we're gonna hit identification. Alright guys, as you can see we ran into a problem. That VIN is not right. So, I am going to take this EEPROM chip off and switch it and see if that fixes our VIN problem. Okay, okay, we got that switched over. That little guy right there. Moment of truth. That did not work to change the VIN. So, went and got my other laptop that has module 80 on it, and we selected the EEPROM right here, the sh725. Then we'll go to read. Make sure to select the sh72531 because that's the number on our chip. There's several other ones you can select here, but that's the one that we need. Don't click that. It is probably checked when you very first open it. And once we click OK here, I'm gonna double click this power. Off, on, off, on. You'll hear it click once I hit OK. And you have to do it kind of fast. So I'm gonna try to do it all in one motion here. We'll see if I can get it on the first try. It took a third one. It didn't look like it was going to go, so I gave it a third click. But you have to do that to get, otherwise it'll just say error, and it won't open the bootloader. So that is reading our EEPROM information with our VIN. I've already read it once and saved it here, so I'm just going to hit cancel. We're going to switch over to our clone here, and we're going to write it. And then we will check and see if the VIN actually went over for us this time. All right, guys, we're hooked up to the clone. This is the original. Open. Now we're going to go to write. And same thing, once I click OK, I'm going to have to give that ignition a couple flips and get it just right for it to do this for me. You can select this, and there's a different harness that automatically turns it on and off to get it just right, but I do not have that harness right now. It's at my shop, so we're doing it manually. Got it first try again. Okay. Now we'll go back to module 23. It's probably going to tell us it's in programming mode. We'll have to power cycle it. Power cycle it quick. Read or identify. There we go. Now we have the 8120 VIN number.